Welcome back, subscribers, and for the new viewers, be sure to hit that like button, drop that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, and like you're hitting a triple, like da 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 da. So you're watching MX Unfiltered, and we're talking about High Point. Round 4. Before I just get right into a crap ton of digression, let's just get to the meat and potatoes of what I want to talk about. Second moto is supposed to break the tie. And it did this weekend, but it was still a tie because both in the 250 class and 450 class, first and second place got 47 points. First gets 25 points, second place gets 22. Guys went 1-2 or 2-1. But again, the second moto breaks the tie for the 250 class. Jet beat over his brother in that second moto, and then Tomac did it to Sexton in the second moto as well. But it's still 47 points. It's like, what does it mean? For the viewers and the sport in general, it means nothing. They tied. It was a four-way tie for first place in, both classes, 2 and 2. It's silly, right? I know I sound like such a pessimist and I have such a nihilistic view when it comes to, oh, this isn't right, this isn't good, it's not good enough, da, 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 da. Because as a rider, you grow up trying to be 1% better every day. Like just in life in general, you want to be a little bit better than what you were yesterday. And riding, you leave the race and you're always like, okay, what can we work on? You've got a whole team around you that's like, hey, let's adjust the bike. Let's try a little bit different setting. How can we, maybe your nutrition, maybe get a little bit better rest. Maybe let's change the training when it comes to in the gym or on the bicycle or actually on the motorcycle itself. You're constantly progressing. Why for the last 50 years we haven't really done much of that when it comes to the actual sport? The rules have very small revisions, and I'm kind of an activist here saying that we need to change it. Like second moto, let's effing make it a bonus point all to top 20. Right? So it's 26 points for first. And so on and so forth. 20th place gets 2 points as opposed to 1 point. That would give some advantage to the second moto being more important than the first. Because in the grand scheme of things, like when it comes to entertainment, with TV time, etc., 4 hours is a long time to try to sell to a broadcasting network. And now we have MAV TV. I know they do most of all the other Lucas Oil stuff, but it's annoying. And we can tell that it's been downgraded. And again, it's because it's very difficult to sell this small sport to NBC and Peacock. How do we make it better? Well, you could definitely just move it to one moto, and then you get rid of all this points and everything that I'm talking about right now. Or maybe if we want to keep the tradition alive and still have 2 30-minute motos, make the second one count a little bit more. Because as a viewer, they both tied. They both got 47 points. It was a wash. It was like a waste of a race. They're just moving that much closer to the end of the season. Nobody gained any points when you get a tie like that. But as far as paychecks go and bonuses, they make 6 figures, but as viewers, we don't know that. But their contracts say, hey, you got the overall, you won. When realistically, he tied. Hunter was no better than Jet. Sexton was no better than Tomac. They tied. How many times can I say it? They tied. Silly. Let's make it apparent to the viewers that it is not a tie, because that whole second moto thing, the digression is over. Dungey. Wow. I know I said it in my pre-race show that I think Dungey can win a moto this year. He's damn near been on the podium. Him and Roczen kept going back and forth. And Roczen was thinking in his head, going, oh shit, I'll be damned if this guy's been on the couch for 7 years and comes up and starts beating me. I've been through hell and back, and this guy's just been in retirement. I've been winning motos in races. I can't have this happen. And Dungey, he's just got his mojo going. Do we think Dungey's going to get any worse than what he's already done? No. He's going, these guys are not that fast. Yeah, he's 98% there. The sheer, his fitness, he's the diesel. All of his attacks came later on. He just needs to survive those hammer laps at the first 5-10 minutes of the moto, because that's the only part where he struggled. We saw it in the second moto when he got the whole shot, is that he just faded a little bit, like he just didn't have that quite intensity, but he was still able to hold on to him and prove to himself that he can keep going. The only one we really want to talk about is Dungey, because truthfully, it's not that impressive, because I said it, I believe that I thought that he was going to do it. And I know there's a lot of viewers out there that believe the same thing, that Dungey can come back. There's a reason why this guy was a multi-champion, because he's got the equation figured out as far as what it takes for success in the sport. And Tomac, dude, they just give that guy some weird Wheaties at the end of the second moto, because he always comes back alive. And the gnarlier the track gets, the better he is, which is why he's been a champion before, is because like a rider like me, as the track got rougher, I got slower. Tomac gets faster. And I'm just going to close it up with, I'm actually really impressed with, I know the MAV TV stuff sucks, and we've got this whole World Supercross, and we're talking about like the sport not really moving in a positive direction, but the entries prove that the privateers are willing to race as is. So therefore, it's maybe you could argue that you don't need to change anything, because you've got 90 riders in the 450 class, relatively 80 to 90 riders every round so far that have signed up. I know they only take 90, so I don't know how many people potentially said, hey, you can't race this one, but if it was just a few. No more than 5, I would believe. And in the 250 class, there was 82 for High Point. And that's a lot for the 250 class. You guys know my views on the 250 class, is this should be a stepping stone class, but it's really just a money pit class is what it is. And that needs to change as a cultural thing, because the 250s are just that. You think of it's a smaller number, like it's a slower bike, therefore it should be less maintenance, less money, but it's the exact opposite. Yeah, you don't want to go race against the guys that have the experience and are relatively the better riders, like all the major factory guys. We talk about Roxon, Tomac, Sexton, you know, Dungey, etc. So, but you don't want to race the 250 class because you don't have the money. So you grab the 450 and you just go do the best you can, and the entries prove it. So I said a few things. Let me know in the comments below. I do have a couple videos coming out this week that I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to edit them and that sort of thing. So just pay attention to that. And you know what this says. You can exit the video or you could keep it WFO. If you have a kid with you,